fatal mistake of Jeffrey Dahmer, Tracy Edwards' terrifying escape. On July 22, 1991, the quiet streets of Milwaukee bore witness to the harrowing escape of Tracy Edwards, a moment that would ultimately unmask one of the most chilling figures in modern history, Jeffrey Dahmer. For years, Dahmer lurked in the shadows, his twisted crimes hidden within the sterilized confines of his apartment. But it was this single mistake, this underestimation of a desperate man, that unraveled his horrific world and brought his sinister spree to a sudden end. What transpired that night wasn't just the fall of a serial killer, but a testament to survival, courage, and the unpredictable nature of evil's undoing. Jeffrey Dahmer was known for his unassuming demeanor, a soft-spoken man who concealed unimaginable darkness beneath his calm exterior. Over the years, he preyed on society's most vulnerable, methodically luring young men to his apartment. Once inside, they rarely left. Preyed upon through charm, promises, and lies, each victim became a piece of his gruesome ritual, a descent into cruelty that blended control, domination, and death. Milwaukee at the time was a city unprepared for the ghastly truths that would come to light. It was not just Dahmer's heinous methods, but his ability to mask them that baffled investigators. Staying under the radar, he convinced neighbors, authorities, and even earlier victims that he lived a quiet, unobtrusive life. This illusion allowed him to elude capture for years, but Tracy Edwards would soon rip the mask away. On the fateful night, Jeffrey Dahmer had one goal: to claim another victim. Tracy Edwards was his next target. Like many before him, Edwards was approached with a fabricated story, a promise of money in exchange for photographs. Believing this opportunity to be safe enough, Edwards followed Dahmer to his apartment. Once inside, however, the situation quickly descended into a sinister maze of red flags. The apartment was a nightmare waiting to be unveiled. A foul odor permeated every corner, a stomach-turning stench that hinted at things better left unseen. Adding to this was the unsettling decor, a mix of mundane clutter, ominous appliances, and suspiciously placed items like barrels. Every fiber of Edwards' being screamed that something was wrong, but he stayed composed, calculating his options, hoping for a way out. It wasn't long before Dahmer's true intent became alarmingly clear. Producing a pair of handcuffs, he approached Edwards under the guise of playing a game. When Edwards resisted, Dahmer's demeanor shifted. A knife appeared, a stark and immediate representation of the danger he was now in. Any hope for a calm exit disappeared in an instant. Edwards complied just enough to avoid triggering Dahmer's anger while keeping his mind racing for possibilities. A wrong word, a sudden move, or even a panicked expression could have escalated the situation to a fatal outcome. Dahmer was unrelenting, steering his victim deeper into the grip of terror. But Tracy Edwards was no ordinary prey. He observed his captor carefully, looking for cracks in his armor, for moments when the predator's overconfidence might lead to a mistake. After enduring hours of psychological torment and physical restraint, Edwards realized time was running out. He needed to act. Chaos brewed in the air, and in one fleeting burst of courage, he seized the opportunity that Dahmer himself had unwittingly provided. With Dahmer momentarily distracted, Edwards made his move. The sheer courage it took to sprint from that apartment, barefoot and armed only with raw determination, cannot be overstated. Bursting out into the night, he ran for his life, adrenaline pumping, heart pounding in his chest. He managed to flag down 2 police officers, his words tumbling out in desperation, a story of captivity, handcuffs, and a predator still lurking inside. Convincing the officers to take him seriously was the first challenge, but his sheer distress was undeniable. When the police entered Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, they expected perhaps to find a minor domestic disturbance, an exaggerated tale of fear from a shaken man. What they found instead was a portal into unspeakable horror. The stench that greeted them hinted only vaguely at the enormity of the atrocities they were about to uncover. It didn't take long for the officers to stumble upon damning evidence. Photos of dismembered bodies, taken by Dahmer himself, left no room for doubt. A call for backup turned into a full-scale investigation. In the hours that followed, authorities uncovered remains, both physical and photographic, proving the full scope of Jeffrey Dahmer's heinous crimes. Skulls and bones were kept as trophies, while refrigerators and freezers held their own grim secrets. The officers themselves were shell-shocked, the enormity of what Dahmer had concealed sinking in slowly and nauseatingly. And amid it all, Dahmer barely flinched as the facade he had built over years came crumbling down. His carefully crafted world of manipulation and murder was obliterated in the wake of Tracy Edwards' escape. Jeffrey Dahmer was arrested that night, his chilling apathy leaving even seasoned detectives unnerved. True to form, he offered explanations for his crimes in an eerily detached manner, seemingly unmoved by the revelations that painted him as one of the most prolific and nightmarish serial killers in modern history. The media quickly descended upon the case, and the public learned the grisly truth. 17 victims, each reduced to a horrifying memory of Dahmer's pathological cruelty. What captivated many, beyond the horror, was the sheer bravery of Tracy Edwards. His daring escape had done what seemed impossible. It forced a monster out of the shadows and into the harsh light of justice. In the aftermath, the world grappled with understanding Jeffrey Dahmer's actions, the warning signs ignored, and the systems that failed to protect his victims. But in the darkness of this story, there shone a glimmer of hope, embodied by one man's refusal to give up. Tracy Edwards, despite being thrust into an unimaginable situation, became the symbol of defiance against unchecked evil. For Edwards, life beyond that night would never be the same. Trauma lingered and questions followed, yet his actions saved countless lives, ending a reign of terror that had plagued the city for years. His courage serves as a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit, even in the face of monstrous odds. Jeffrey Dahmer's reign as one of history's most infamous serial killers ended not with a carefully laid police sting or an elaborate investigation, but with a single fatal mistake. His undoing came at the hands of a man he underestimated, a victim he thought was under his control. Tracy Edwards proved that even in moments of terror, bravery and resourcefulness can prevail. This is not merely a story of horror, but one of triumph. It's a sobering exploration of the darkness that can reside behind ordinary facades, a chilling cautionary tale of vigilance, and a testament to the incredible strength of the human will to survive. As we reflect on this macabre chapter of history, one thing remains clear. Jeffrey Dahmer's evil fell not to fear, but to the courage of one man who refused to be his victim. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like to show your support. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update from Evil Unmasked. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below with your theories or suggestions for future topics. Stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.